Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome. We'll give it a couple minutes, let some people join in before we get started. As we begin to come into the room, come into our space, just gently close your eyes, come into that nice seated position, taking some deep breaths. I know many of us are just waking up and just starting our day. Just take this time to just clear your mind and allow your thoughts to come and go. Don't attach to anything that comes in. Just allow it to come and go. And if you find yourself attaching to your thoughts, just breathe and come back to your center. Come back to this present moment. And just taking some nice deep breaths here. Dropping your shoulders away from your ears, straightening your spine, relaxing your jaw, allowing your tongue to fall from the roof of your mouth, pulling your crown to the sky, and just taking some nice deep breaths. Setting the intention for the day. The intention for the day is finding joy. See how many times you can find joy throughout the day as you go about your day after this practice, or how many times you find yourself slipping into the stress or anxiety of the day, and having that awareness and coming back to your joy. Maybe finding what you're grateful for in the situation, and returning back to your joy, to your peace, knowing that it's not a dinosaur and it's not going to eat you, and you will survive. So there's no need to stress about it. No need to raise those cortisol levels if you don't need to. And whenever you're ready, we're just going to begin this morning with some nice, slow torso circles. Just moving that body nice and slow, engaging that core, feeling those muscles in your lower back. Breathing deep. Really feeling that nice deep stretch. And once you're satisfied going this way, we're going to go back in the other direction. Remembering to breathe. And once you're satisfied, coming back into center, taking a nice deep centering breath here. Again, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, straightening the spine, pulling the crown to the sky, creating that good posture, engaging those core muscles. Nice deep breath. And from here, we're going to take our left hand, plant it in the mat, and just bring our right arm overhead, opening up that side body, really reaching with that right arm. If you'd like, you can bring your gaze to the right fingertips and just breathing deep, feeling that good stretch in your ribs. Couple more nice deep breaths here. Maybe even try reaching a little farther, opening up that side body. Exhale, bringing that right arm down, allowing it to fall down to the mat, taking that left arm, raising it overhead, bringing your gaze to your left fingertips, opening up the side body on that opposite side. Breathing nice and deep here. Really reaching with that left hand, opening up that side body, getting that nice deep stretch. And exhale, bringing that left hand down to the mat, coming back into a seated position, taking that nice centering breath here. And from here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together as we come into a bound angle, grabbing our feet, placing our elbows in our knees, and just gently pushing down with our elbows, opening up our inner thighs, stretching into that groin area. Breathing deep. Taking those nice, big, deep breaths. Breathing into that tension, breathing into those muscles, asking for relaxation, sending them love and gratitude for them functioning the way that they have, however long we have been on this earth plane, in this physical body. And if you're comfortable, you can fold down, get a little deeper into that stretch. Breathing deep, really breathing into that tension, waking those muscles up. Inhale, rise. Taking a nice deep breath here, back at center. And on your exhale, you're going to slowly move into tabletop. Grounding through your knees, through the tops of your feet, bringing your shoulders over your wrist, grounding through your hands, engaging that core. Taking a nice deep breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to move into cow, bringing the hips back, bringing the gaze to the sky, creating that nice saddle in your back, feeling that good stretch into your abs, into your lower back. Breathing deep, inhale, feeling that belly full of that life-giving oxygen. Exhale, pulling the belly button to the spine, releasing everything that doesn't serve your highest purpose, that doesn't align with your highest path. Couple more nice deep breaths here. And on your exhale, you're going to tuck the chin, bring your hips back in, create that opposite curve in your spine as we come into cat. Taking those nice, big, deep breaths. And always remembering that this is your practice. Your poses may not look perfect. You may not have the exact right angles, but just you showing up for yourself is beautiful, and it takes work. So continuing to show up for yourself, and every day your poses will get better and better, and you'll be able to find that flexibility and be able to come a little deeper into the poses. Inhale, shooting the hips back, bringing the gaze to the sky, coming back into cow. Feeling that nice deep stretch. Breathing deep, and at any time, if anything is uncomfortable, you can reset, come back into the pose. Sometimes it helps to just come back, reset, and then you could come back into the pose and get a little deeper into the pose. Finding whatever works best for you in your practice. And on your exhale, one more time, we're going to come into cat. Really trying to arch that back, opening up those vertebrae. Breathing into those sponges, sending love and healing to those sponges in between your vertebrae. As they have cushioned us for many moons and many suns along our path. Inhale back into tabletop, taking a nice centering breath here, engaging that core. And on your next inhale, you're going to ground through that left knee, and you're going to take your right leg and bring it up, Keeping the knee bent for a lateral leg lift. Really trying to keep that core engaged, stretching those muscles on the inner thigh, taking some deep breaths here. And again, at any time, if you need to lower your knee to the mat, please feel free to do so. And exhale, slowly bringing that knee back down to the mat. Taking a nice deep breath. And on the inhale, grounding through the right knee, bringing that left leg up for that lateral leg lift. Again, engaging that core. Lifting that leg, taking those nice deep breaths. Couple more deep breaths here. And exhale, slowly lowering the knee back down to the mat. Coming back into tabletop, taking a nice deep breath. Inhale again, you're going to take that right knee, bring it up for a lateral leg lift. Again, engaging that core, holding that body steady, taking those nice deep breaths. And on your next exhale, you're going to take your right foot, place it next to your right hand. Taking a nice deep breath here. If you'd like, you could lean into that right leg. Feel that nice stretch. Holding here for a few seconds, for a few breaths. Bringing that right leg back to a 90-degree angle, keeping it left next to the right hand. We're going to come on the outside of our foot on that pinky toe, and we're kind of just going to roll it back, and we're going to scoot our hips back slightly till we feel that nice stretch in our hips. And just take some nice breaths here, breathing into that tension. You want to come back till you feel a little bit of uncomfortability, and just take a couple nice breaths here. And then maybe after a couple nice breaths, you could lean back a little more. Try to get a little deeper into that stretch and just breathe into that stretch. And here we don't want to hurt ourselves, but we do want to give it a little push. We do want to open up those hips, get them nice and stretched out. Because I mean, I could feel how tight mine are, and I know you're probably feeling it too. So we really want to stretch those out and give them a nice stretch. And whenever you're ready, you can come back up, planting that foot back into the mat next to the right hand. And on the inhale, we're going to come back into that lateral lift with that right leg. Breathing deep. And exhale, slowly lowering that right leg down to the mat. Coming back into tabletop, taking a nice deep breath here. And on your next inhale, raising that left leg, coming back into that lateral lift on the opposite side. Breathing deep. And on your next exhale, taking that left hand to meet that, taking your left foot to meet your left hand, and taking a nice deep breath, leaning into that left leg, feeling that nice deep stretch. Couple nice deep breaths here. And then coming back, shifting to the outside of your foot on that pinky toe side and just rolling that foot back and scooting those hips back, feeling that stretch into our hips, opening up our hips, breathing deep. Remembering to breathe. And if you're comfortable, going a little deeper into that stretch, really opening up them hips. Inhale, bringing that left foot back down to the mat, planting it next to that left hand. And inhale, coming back into that lateral lift on the left side, engaging that core. Couple deep breaths here. And exhale, bringing that hand back down to the mat, or bringing that knee back down to the mat. Coming back into tabletop, taking a nice deep breath. And on your next inhale, you're going to take your right hand, shoot it high into the sky, reaching for your ceiling, opening up that chest, feeling that nice deep stretch. Really reaching, breathing deep. And on your exhale, you're going to bring that right hand through, swing it in between your knee and your other arm, dropping all the way down to the shoulder, coming into that threaded needle. And if you like, with your left arm, you can stay here on the forearm. You can extend it out in front of you for a deeper stretch, or you can take that left arm and place it in the small of your back. Whatever works best for you, wherever you feel the deepest stretch. Breathing deep. On the next inhale, you're going to plant that left arm, slowly bring that right arm back out, raising it up to the sky, opening up that chest again, reaching with that right arm. Breathing deep. And exhale, bringing that right arm down to the mat. Coming back into tabletop, taking that nice centering breath. And on your next inhale, bringing that left arm, raising it to the sky, opening up that chest. Taking those nice deep breaths. And exhale, bringing that left arm through, coming in front of the knee, behind the arm, dropping all the way down to the shoulder, dropping your right arm to your forearm. Taking a couple nice deep breaths here. Again, whatever variation you took with your left arm, feel free to take it with your right arm, whether it's extended out or placing it behind your back. And even if you want to just stay on your forearm, that's okay too. And just taking some nice deep breaths here. And on your next inhale, you're going to plant that right arm. Slowly bring that left arm out, shooting it high into the sky. Opening that chest back up, really reaching with that left arm. Couple nice deep breaths here. And exhale, slowly bringing that hand back down to the mat. Coming back into tabletop. Nice centering breath here. From here, we're going to move into frog pose. We're going to come on the inside of our feet, on the inside of our thighs. Spreading our legs a little bit. Feeling that nice stretch. Again, into our inner thighs, into our hips. If you'd like, you could drop down onto your forearms. Really pushing those hips back again. Feeling that nice deep stretch. If you're comfortable, maybe scooting your knees out a little farther, getting deeper into that stretch. Even if you'd like, you could bring your forehead to the mat, extending your arms out overhead, turning it into a whole body stretch. Few nice deep breaths here. Inhale, coming back into that tabletop, turning the feet, coming back onto your knees, taking a nice deep breath. And on your next inhale, we're going to tuck the toes, shoot our hips to the sky as we come into that downward dog. Dropping your shoulders away from your ears, bringing your gaze through your knees. Feeling that nice deep stretch into the back of the legs, all the way up into the glutes. And really elongating that spine. Here, if you'd like to walk it out. Walk the dog a little bit. And once you're satisfied, slowly walking your feet to meet your hands as we come into forward fold. And just allowing your body to hang, keeping that slight bend in your knees. And on your inhale, we're going to slowly rise as we come into mountain pose. Here we're going to ground through our feet, dropping our shoulders away from our ears, engaging our core, pulling the crown of our head to the sky. Taking a few nice deep breaths here. And as we're here, connecting our feet with Mother Earth, pulling in all those nutrients and elements that she provides for us, helping to connect into her magnetism to help us align our energetic field. And then pulling in that chi, that prana, that universal energy in through our crown. And just allowing that to fill our body with that life-giving energy as we get ready to begin this day. On your next inhale, bringing hands to heart center. And just continuing to breathe and continuing to breathe in that life-giving energy from your feet and from your crown. And as you exhale, releasing all of your worries, all of your problems, all of your tensions, any dis-ease, anything that doesn't align you to your highest path, releasing it into the cosmos, releasing it into Mother Earth, and allowing both of those energies to re-nourish our bodies. And on your next inhale, we're going to move into palm trees. What we're going to do is bring our arms overhead and then slightly rise up onto our tippy toes. This is a little bit of a balance pose. It might take a few attempts, but no worries. You're in your living room. There's nobody looking at you. Just have fun with it. Engage your core, engage your thighs. Trying to rise up on those tippy toes. If you fall, it's okay. Maybe even laugh a little bit, coming into that intention of joy. Coming up onto those toes if you can. Finding that balance. Nice deep breaths. And exhale, slowly coming back down to your heels, bringing your hands to heart center. Looking down at your feet, bringing them slightly shoulder width apart. And from here, we're going to move into a chair pose. We're going to bring our arms out in front of us and slightly come into a squatted position, just like we're sitting into a chair. Feeling that nice stretch, that good burn into our thighs. And taking a few breaths here. Again, if you need to reset and come back in, finding whatever works best for you. Inhale, rise, bringing hands to heart center. Inhale, taking the hands back overhead, coming into palm tree, coming up on those tippy toes, working on that balance. Couple nice deep breaths here. And exhale, returning to the heels, returning hands to heart center. And exhale, coming back into the chair pose, shooting the arms out straight in front of you, bringing the hips back, dropping into that squatted position. Couple nice deep breaths. Really grounding through your feet, engaging that core. And inhale, rise, hands back to heart center. Taking a nice deep breath here. And from here, we're going to drop all the way down into squatted position or malasana, keeping hands at heart center. If you need a block to place underneath your hips or anything like that, even if you need to squat down onto a chair, take whichever variation it is that you need. And you're here, hands at heart center, elbows in your knees, and maybe opening up your elbows, pushing on those knees, again opening up those inner thighs. Taking a nice deep breath, feeling that good stretch. Breathing deep. And from here we're going to plant our hands down to the mat, dropping into a seated position, shooting our legs out in front of us as we come into staff pose. And here, just allowing the legs to be straight out, dropping your arms at your side, engaging your core, again dropping the shoulders away from the ears, pulling the crown to the sky. A couple nice deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, you can slowly walk your legs down your hand, or walk your hands down your legs as we come into a seated fold. And just walking your hands down until you feel that slight uncomfortability, till you feel that tension into your muscles. And taking a few deep breaths, sending that love and gratitude and joy into your muscles. And if you're comfortable, maybe walking your hands down a little more, getting deeper into that stretch. Taking those nice deep breaths. Breathing deeply, inhale, filling your body with that life-giving energy, that life-giving oxygen. And exhale, releasing anything that doesn't align with your highest path, your highest purpose, that blocks you from vibrating at your highest frequency. Couple more nice deep breaths, even if you want to get loud on your out breath and release it and let go of those things that are stopping you from living your best life. And on the inhale, we're going to rise and we're going to come all the way to our back. And we're going to lift our legs and come into one of my favorite poses, happy baby, either grabbing that big toe or grabbing the soles of your feet, pulling those legs, maybe even pulling the knees down, opening up the hips, rocking back and forth, taking those nice deep breaths here. Pulling the knees down, opening up those hips, feeling that good stretch. Again, taking those nice deep breaths. And on your next exhale, slowly releasing your legs, allowing them to fall to the mat, melting into the mat, allowing your arms to melt into the mat as we come into Savasana. And as we're here, just checking in with your body, seeing where you feel good, where there's still tension, and you need to put more love and energy into. And just sending those parts of our body love and gratitude. And as we lay here, coming back into the intention of finding joy in the moments. And right now, as you breathe, just put a big smile on your face, show your teeth and everything, and allow your body to just fill itself with that joy and with that love and with that happiness. Because you showed up for yourself this morning. You showed up to be better because you want to be better. And you are amazing. Each and every one of us that has been created in this world are such amazing, miraculous beings that are so full of love and have so much love to give. So right now, just smile at yourself, even if you'd like to wrap your arms around yourself and just hug yourself and give yourself some of that love that you need. Nourishing yourself. Because once we learn to love ourselves, then we can love others. And squeezing yourself a little tighter here. Getting that smile a little bigger. You can slowly begin to Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move those arms and legs. Taking your time. And whenever you're ready, coming back into a nice seated position. Oh, just feeling that joy, feeling happy. It's amazing. It's amazing how once we shift our minds, how the whole world can shift around us and take that joy and don't allow anybody to steal it from you today. And even in those moments where you find yourself getting stressed or anxious, come back to this moment with that joy and happiness and know that everything is going to be okay. Thank you for joining me in your practice this morning. It has been an honor to guide you. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste.